Welcome, folks, to 1A District 1. Today's a great day to run. Here are some teams to watch out for: Bluntstown, Pensacola Christian, and also Highschool. Those are probably the top three teams to expect to battle. Pensacola Christian, obviously the favorite in this race. Here we go right here. We're going to expect a fast race today. It's about 30 degrees cooler than normal. Here you see him taking it out right here, first couple 100 yards. The kid from Graceville right here, probably a middle distance track runner, trying to get some spotlight right now. I expect him to fade off. You see right there, 2 Central High School runners and about 5 Pensacola Christian runners. That's kind of how I expect it to play out today. The kid from Central High School, Caleb, he's a very good runner. I expect him to take it out hard. Also, the kid from Malone, Jackson, he's a front runner. But there's 2 kids from Pensacola Christian I expect to take control of this race, and the rest will probably be history in about 15 or 16 minutes here. You see Pensacola Christian has a nice first 6 runners right there in the front. So in terms of team standings, it's not even close at this point. But you can never count Bluntstown out. They run a little bit different tactic. They run as a team in the back for the first half of the race, and then they start coming up slowly. It's called the seek and destroy method. You see here, though, Pensacola Christian, probably a little bit stronger team right now. They're taking it out really hard. You see the kid from Graceville beginning to fade. He stayed in front longer than I expected. And I see a kid from Jay in there as well in that blue jersey. Jay is a team as well you got to watch out for. You can't count them out. They're going on the downhill right here. This is where, again, look at the pack. Look at how thick it is in the back. I mean, no one has any kind of separation right now. I mean, they are running on top of each other. You see the runner. I can see the kid from Malone right there in the white. I can still see the runners from Central in the front. And obviously, you cannot miss Pensacola Christian just looking at this race right now. But you see, it's really early at this point. We're just now over 2 minutes. So I expect them within a minute or two to kind of slow down, gather themselves, and let's really start racing. Right now, everyone's taking it out of the gun. This is called the jackrabbit, kind of mentality where they're just getting out right now and getting in position. But the top 2 guys right there from Pensacola Christian and also the 2 on their left shoulder, or the right shoulder, those 4 right there, I expect to do some serious damage here in the next little bit, especially on some of these guys that took it out a little too hard, and they're probably fixing to be overcooked. I see a kid from Central High School right there as well. He likes to take it out hard. But again, we're so early into this race, it's hard to tell. It's hard to tell what's going on. Our cameraman could really do a little better job here. Here we go right here. It's starting to thin out just a little bit. I'm seeing a lot of blue jerseys from Jay. That's interesting because coming into this race, they were ranked 3rd or 4th. So it's going to be interesting to see how that race plays out in terms of team standings. And you see a Pensacola Christian, in terms of teams right now, it's not even close. I'd like to be able to get a gap and just see, obviously, looking at the race, wow, the cameraman really didn't worry about getting out of the way there. It's not even looking at like a gap right now. There may be one pop up, but I don't see any kind of gap right now. Again, these 4 players right here that you're looking at, I expect them to really, really put some work on the rest of the field here. A lot of people from Pensacola, though, and a lot of other runners. Here we go, the current gap. Like I said, there's no gap right now. They're running as a pack. I don't know exactly when the people from Pensacola will attack, but I can expect it'll probably be during the mile 2. The first mile, they're just kind of playing their cards. They're just trying to see what's out there, putting their foot in the water, kind of testing it out. We got a little bit of a mix-up here from Central and Malone. I don't know how it's going to play out, but I can expect between mile 1 and mile 2, this right here will not look the same. Mile 1 rankings right here, 2 kids from Pensacola Christian. You got the kid from Central in there, kid from Malone, and then in 5th right here you have the kid from Central as well. From a team standing, Pensacola Christian's out nice. This right here looks like, can't tell what team that is, Pensacola Christian. Look, 4 more Pensacola Christians right here. Hey, there's some Bluntstown starting to show up. Like I said, you can't ever count Bluntstown out. I expect Bluntstown to start slowly moving up through this field, and we'll see how that plays out for them. We got some Paxton runners right here. Again, don't let the video surprise or mislead you. These kids are running extremely fast right now. I mean, you're just now at 6:10 for the first mile. They may look like they're running slow, but they are all flying. The leaders went through and around a little bit over 5:20. That's really good pace. I mean, that's somewhere in the 16s, if I'm not mistaken. So it is a blazing pace. These people right here are still on sub-20 pace for a 5K, which is phenomenal. And again, the weather was perfect. It was a cooler day. During the girls' race, it was actually about 15 degrees cooler, and you just could not ask for better cross-country weather. We got some kids right here rounding it out. It looks like Pensacola, from the first mile at least, Pensacola is still in the lead, and it looks like Blountstown and Jay are really going to have to battle it out. And even Central High School was in there. I don't have an official reading on that, but it's going to be, only time will tell at this point. Here we go, right here. You see, I told you, he exploded on the second mile, and he has got a nice 12-second gap and 31 seconds back to fourth place. Look at the leg turnover. I mean, this kid is absolutely destroying this field. He looks smooth. He looks well within himself. I believe he comes in with a low 16 PR, if I'm not mistaken. There you go, right here. This is a 2-mile marker. He is in a commanding lead, and I expect him to walk away from the rest of the field here. From a team standpoint, though, that is where the race and that is where the hype is going to be around, because I don't know from the rest of the back. So here we go. There's 2 Pensacola Christian. There's a kid right here from Central as well. So those 2 are battling out for second. I don't know from a team perspective where everyone lines up, but like I said, let's just see how it plays out. Here comes fourth place right here from Malone. He looks like he's hurting. You see his leg turnover compared to this kid, where his leg turnover is just real rapid. You can tell he looks strong. He looks within himself. He's looking over his shoulder, trying to see where he is. Now, Mile 2 rankings have changed up a little bit from the first mile, but nothing crazy. You still got the same core group there. And it looks like, from what I can tell right here, that Central High School kid has actually pulled ahead and taken second place. We'll have to keep monitoring from the team perspective what is lining up here. Let's see if we can get a camera angle on Mile 2 and see if we can't start figuring out how the team is going to shape up. Here we go right here, another Pensacola. Hey, there's a Blountstown team. There's another Blountstown runner. I believe there's several other Pensacola Christian athletes through. I expect them to walk away, but I expect Blountstown to get second place here. Pensacola Christian is just wiping away the field right here. There's a kid from Weewalt, Laurel Hill, Malone, Jay. Jay is having a good showing. There's another kid from Blountstown, another kid from Blountstown, but there's another kid from Jay right here. So, and another kid from Jay. There's Blountstown as well. Blountstown and Jay are in a tight race for second. I don't know how they're going to finish, but let's go back to the leaders and see how that's going. So here he is right here. He's about a little bit less than a mile from the finish. He's still got great leg turnover. He's even looking at his watch, so you know he's within himself right now. I don't even see, with the camera angle change, but I can't hardly even see people behind him. I mean, he looks like he's got a pretty commanding lead right now. He's at a half mile to go right here, and I can't even see the other runners behind him. So he looks within himself. He's still got good leg turnover. I expect him to really use this hill to his advantage to kind of gather himself. He's got one last uphill, but with the lead he has here, there's no way anyone's going to catch him unless he absolutely just falls off the course. There is second and third place right there. It looks like the kid from Central High School has pulled ahead, and he has a nice lead over third place. And I can even see third and fourth place in the back. I would like to get a current gap here just to be able to see how much distance he has put into them in just a short period of time. He's still looking back. I think he's kind of putting it in cruise control at this point. I mean, he's got a 22-second lead right here. And, wow, look at second place. He has put in another 20 seconds in just half a mile on third place. So second place is really picking it up. I believe that's the kid from Central High School, Caleb. He is really hammering this last little bit. I don't think he'll have enough real estate to run this kid right here down from Pensacola Christian. But nonetheless, he's put in a phenomenal effort for second place today, and you can't be disappointed in that. We're at just under 16 minutes here. like I was saying, I expected it to go around 16 minutes. He will probably finish in around the 16:30s, which is a solid, respectable time on this course. I actually had run the course before the meet, and it is a tough course despite how it looks on here. I mean, this entire road right here, your grip is just completely without you. Now, here we go right here. He's in the finishing stretch again. He's not sprinting. He's holding himself together. He's got bigger fish to fry in the weeks to come with regionals and state and maybe even beyond, so he's not going to, overcook himself right here. Here's second place right here, Caleb Lachlan from Central High School. He had a phenomenal race. He usually does his little hand motions. That's kind of his signature calling card. And here is third place right here. He had a really good run as well. He's going to help contribute to that win from Pensacola Christian today. And he still looks like he's, still running a phenomenal time, low 17. Here's the kid from Malone. I believe this is one of his season bests. If I'm not, I apologize if it's not. But he still ran a phenomenal time. There's the overall list right there. And it's going to be a nail-biter for second and third place in terms of teams. There's the first runner from Jay, but there's also the first runner from Bluntstown, so that's 1-1 right there. There's a kid from Baker coming in with a phenomenal time. There it is right there. The kid from Bluntstown passes the kid from Baker right at the last minute. That's going to be crucial points down the line. Here we are. We have another kid from Bluntstown coming in, so that's going to be an advantage for Bluntstown in terms of the fights for the team race. Here's a kid from Weewa having a phenomenal race. There's another kid from Pensacola Christian. We expect them to walk away with this. I'm not even going to count them for the rest of the race. There's a kid from Central. Now, Central may sneak up and actually move up the rankings here in terms of team, but here comes Bluntstown right here. That is their third runner from Bluntstown. He had a phenomenal race today. I believe he had a PR. Here's the other kid from Weewa. There's a kid from Malone. Wow, there is two runners from Jay coming in right here. That right there, folks, is 3-3 for Jay and Bluntstown. And there's actually, I believe, no, that is, I lost count, but nonetheless, that is a close race right now from Jay for Bluntstown. I apologize. I do not have the memory to be able to remember all of this, but here comes another Bluntstown runner. I believe this is number 4, if I'm not mistaken. And I can see the fifth runner from Bluntstown in the back. Paxton's having a group come through right here. That is really good for them. 1, 2, there's 2 runners from Paxton, but look, Bluntstown just had 3 runners in the pack right here. 4 runners in the pack right here. Bluntstown ended up getting second place. They ran a phenomenal race. They had a phenomenal season, and they should be proud of that. You see Jay got 3rd, Central got 4th, and Malone closed out your top 5 with 5th place. It has been a phenomenal day of cross-country racing. I hope you enjoyed the commentary. Have a good day and enjoy the video.